Alexander Furs and his comrades singing Farewell Germany, just like they did when they left the country the first time. The men were officers at the Soviet garrison in Wunsdorf, south of Berlin. They have very fond memories of their stay there.
Our wives and children were extremely proud that their husbands and fathers were stationed in Germany, that we had been entrusted with service in a prestigious garrison.
Today, Furs lives in Moscow, but his time in communist East Germany made a huge impression on the retired general. He regularly drives with his daughter to the country dacha, where he keeps his personal archive. Photos, letters and papers document almost 5 decades of the Soviet military presence in East Germany. The former soldier, now a historian, is adamant that the era should not be forgotten. Furs was one of the last officers to leave Germany.
We had good relations with the people in East Germany, but strict rules were imposed from above. Any personal contact had to be authorized by our high command. Things improved after Germany was reunified. Then we would meet and visit each other.
Although many generals saw the Soviet pullout from post-Cold War Germany as a defeat, Furs merely says that the decision surprised him. The treaties signed ahead of German reunification in 1990 included the withdrawal of all Soviet troops from eastern Germany, where Moscow still had over 330,000 soldiers deployed. The last departed in the summer of 1994 with a military parade. Furs remembers that farewell and the emotions involved. The German government provided billions of dollars to help the troops reintegrate back home. But they were going back to an empire that had collapsed and an uncertain future.
We were worried about the future. We discharged our soldiers without knowing what would become of them or where they'd live. I was worried about my friends and myself. What was in store for me?
Their departure from Germany marked the end of an era. Many of the top brass were against it and blamed the last Soviet leader, Mikhail Gorbachev. Alexander Furs is reluctant to criticize the former leader, but he does still miss the Soviet Union.
Russian specialists were sent to all parts of the Soviet Union. They became the elite, getting the local economies going and making massive cultural contributions. Then it all fell apart, including the Russian language. Many Russians have since left the former Soviet republics. That's why we regret the end of the Soviet Union.
A veteran is honored on his birthday. The former officers who served on the Warsaw Pact's western frontier are still close. They were part of an elite after all, something they'll always be proud of.
Спасибо, дорогие друзья.